Well, good morning. It's day 2 of the West Highland Way. Well, good morning. It's a very sunny but cold start to the morning at Drymen camping here. Before I go, I'm going to let you see where you put your stuff if you're doing baggage transfer. Yeah, there's secure lockups in most of the places you go to. Just stick your stuff in there in the morning by 9 o'clock and be ready to go. I'm going to take you into the campsite and let you see where to put your stuff. So they have a combination lock to keep your stuff safe. Stick it in there and then off you go. You can head on your way and start your day. I've just realised that was quite poetic. I'm a poet and I don't even know it. So yeah, we've got the short walk down to Drymen this morning. I am going to stop off and get breakfast. The weight of the bags in the storage lockup, and yeah, we're ready to go. It looks like it's going to be same as we had yesterday, an absolute corker. Got a few layers on just now because it was -1 when I woke up. But yeah, feet have still got no blisters. And yeah, the legs are feeling fine. So yeah, we'll catch up a wee bit further on as we get into Garadhban Forest and up onto Conic Hill. Now, I've definitely mentioned this before in a previous video, parts to remove and parts to leave in video that I did in last year's series. But as you're coming down the hill out of Drymen, you can actually miss the village of Drymen out by taking this path here. However, I'm feeling kind of hungry, so I'm going to head into Drymen village centre and grab myself something from the local deli, maybe a coffee too, because I'm not in any great rush today. I'm doing 9 miles. I'm expecting to be in Cashel Campsite for somewhere around about 1 o'clock, 1:30. So yeah, it's going to be a short day, even although we do have to climb up and over Conic Hill today. Yeah, I'm in no great rush, so I'm going to go and get myself something to eat, something to drink before making my way through Garadhban Forest. Okay, so that's me. I've been into the Drymen deli. I have my coffee, my roll and square sausage. If you're coming to Scotland, try the square sausage. If you're looking for West Highland Way passports and memorabilia for the West Highland Way, this is a great wee place to stop off and check out. The only downside, if you're buying, they've got slate coasters and things for putting your mugs on. You're going to have to carry it the whole way, so if you don't mind the extra weight, you know, pop in. I'm going to enjoy this and then get cracking on the start of day 2. Well, we're about halfway through Garadhban Forest now. The sun hoodie's back on. It's already feeling warm. There's hardly a breeze to be felt, and there has been a ton of people have come past me already this morning. Yeah, they reckon about 36,000 people a year walk the West Highland Way, starting from round about now in April until October. Tends to be the most popular times, with the summer being obviously the most popular because that's when people think the weather's going to be great. Well, here we go, April, and the sun is shining. So I have spoken about this in a previous video, the Conic Hill conundrum, whether to go up and over it or whether to bypass it. And you're looking out for this sign here that says Balmaha 2.5 miles, or Balmaha via Conic Hill 3 3/4 miles, so it's a bigger distance and you're also going uphill, so choose what suits you. Yeah, we've got Conic Hill up ahead, and this is going to be so much simpler this year. I know the first year that I did it, my good friend Stuart, who no doubt will be watching this video at some point in the future, Stuart shepherded for me up over Conic Hill, knowing that I was going to be carrying my bags for a good distance, which I really appreciated at the time. But today, yep, similar sort of idea. I've got a day pack on. The feet are feeling fresh, you know, no hot spots. Now that could be down to the shoes. I've had people ask before, what's the right kind of shoes to wear for the West Highland Way? Well, nobody can answer that question for you. What suits you might not suit someone else. So, you know, find a pair of shoes that you find comfortable. Find a pair of socks, more importantly, that you keep comfortable, and deal with hot spots. On our trip up to Ben Hope, which was arguably one of the best Monroe bagging videos I think I've done in terms of the views from the top, stunning day, I got chatting to an army veteran on the campsite just at Tongue, and he suggested talcum powder. Stop halfway through the day, let your feet dry off, cover them in talcum powder, put on a fresh pair of socks. I've done that ever since and only had maybe a couple of blisters. So yeah, it works. But yeah, we're coming up through the last part of Garadhban Forest, and then we start the climb up onto Conic Hill. Well, that's me. I've made it to the top of Conic Hill, 341 metres, and yeah, you can see it's pretty busy up here. Yeah, on a beautiful day, you can't blame people for wanting to take a drive out to Loch Lomond side and wander up to get the views from the top of Conic Hill. My rolling sausage is gone now. I need to get down into Balmaha to the Oak Tree Inn, where I'm going to grab myself a bite of lunch. So we'll see you when we get to the bottom of the hill. That was another welcome stop at the Oak Tree Inn. I've had the Highlander burger with chips and a side order of onion rings, all washed down with a big pint of innocent gun. So yes, I am full to the brim with food. And it's time now to make our way around the coastline, through Balmaha, onto Mulrocky, and then our final stop for this evening is Cashel. And of course, we need to come down and have a quick hello with Tom Weir. Well, that's us finally down on the banks of Loch Lomond, and I have to say, of the 4 years that I've done this, this is definitely the calmest, the driest, and certainly the hottest that I've ever had it down here. It's lovely. Who would have credited that this was April in Scotland? You know, I joked with my wife on the way to Mulgai at the start of this trip, saying that I reckoned I was going to carry my waterproofs for 96 miles, and actually it's looking like that's definitely going to be the case. So anyway, it's not the kind of thing you would leave behind, but it's such a warm day here at Mulrocky Bay. As you can see behind me, there are tons of people out just enjoying this April sunshine. Well, they've got the chance. Last summer, You know, we usually get a decent summer in Scotland, but last summer was horrific. So I think everyone's just taking this opportunity to get out where possible and get some vitamin D, a bit of sun about your skin. I'm definitely considering going for a dunk in the loch later on. Certainly my feet will be going in. Right, so that's Milrocky. Just need to get past the campsite and then we're on to my final stop for the night, which is Cashel. Well, that's me. I've had my dinner. I'm all pitched up at Cashel Camping. Yeah, it's a good wee site. There's a decent shop with, you know, you can buy spares, tick removal tools. That's if you haven't picked up one of them. That's a thing you can get from there. Not a great selection of food. So if you're going to be wild camping at any point, you're thinking you could stock up here. I've bought a pot noodle to have at some point along there, and you can get cup of soups, but there's nothing you would really call a substantial meal. Pastas, ready meal, these kind of things. That's all you're going to be able to get in Cashel. But yeah, it's a decent wee site. It's mainly, I think, designed to cater for camper vans and caravans. Now, there are sections for the hikers as they come through on the West Highland Way. My only concern about Cashel, and if you're doing baggage transfer, take this in mind, and it's maybe a wee thing that Cashel could do to make the site even better, is I arrived today and my bag was just lying at the front at reception. It wasn't in a secure container. I'd like to see, you know, some people spend a lot of money on their gear. Yeah, it would be good if that was locked away so that nobody could just drive in, pick up your bag and drive off with it. Now, that's not what's happened. Tomorrow morning, however, I'm going to be away very early. The shop doesn't open till 9 o'clock, so I'm going to have to trust that my bag's going to be okay there until Baggage Freedom come and pick it up sometime before 9. So I'm going to have to trust that it's okay. Anyway, this has been another glorious day on the West Highland Way. Tomorrow is going to be an early one because I've got the long trip to make along that north end of Loch Lomond and up to Ben Glass Farm. I'm going to sign off here with this spectacular view in the background. Yep, tomorrow's going to be another cracker. All I've got to say at the end of the day is go and create your own adventures, and we'll see you on the next one.